Okay, today we're multiplying decimals. So when we multiply decimals, we need to follow a few rules before we actually do the operation. And this is where we need to learn the difference between decimal points, okay, decimal points, and decimal places. Okay, so it's important that we know the difference between those two things. So a decimal point, every number only has one. Even a number like 7 has a decimal point. It's just that we don't write it down. 7's decimal point would be right there, okay? It would be 7.0. But there's no need to put it down because there are no decimal numbers after our 7. So if we have a look here, we have one decimal point in this one and one decimal point in this number. However, we have multiple decimal places. I have 2 decimal places after my decimal point. I have 1 decimal place after this decimal point. So, how we multiply decimals is we count the number of decimal places in our whole question. So in this question I have 1, 2, 3 decimal places. So I just write it down so I remember it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this question and pretend that there are no decimal points. So I do 287 times 74, okay? So, remembering how we use this algorithm, 4 times 7 gives me 28, 4 times 8 gives me 32, plus that one gives me 34, 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3 gives me 11. Okay, now once you go to the next row, you need to add in a 0. 7 times 7 is 56. Hang on, 7 sevens are 49, sorry. 49. 7 times 8 is 56. Plus the 4 gives us 60. And 2 sevens are 14. Plus 6 gives me 20. Now I add it together. So I have 8, 13, 2, 1, 2. So there's my answer. 2, 1, 2, 3, 8. Now we come back and we remember how many decimal places were in my question, and that was 3. And we need to have 3 decimal places in your answer. So you start on the end and you count 1, 2, 3 decimal places. And that is my answer, 21.238. Okay? So this one here, once again, we count the amount of decimal places we have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this one here is going to be super easy because I've got 163 times 7. Okay? I love 7 times tables. They're my least favourite times tables. I don't know why I keep writing up these questions with 7s in them. So, 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 6 is 42. Plus 2 gives me 44. And 7 times 1 is 7. Plus 4 gives me 11. Okay? Now I need to add in my 5 decimal places. Okay? And with this one, you'll notice that I've only got 4 digits here. So I've got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And add in my 0, okay? So now my answer has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 decimal places, so it's correct. Once again, this one over here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 decimal places, okay? So I do this, 901 times 73, okay? 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 0 is 0, 3 9s are 27. Okay, add in my 0. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 0 is 0. And 9 times 7 is 63. And now we add them up. Okay, so that's my answer. Let's write it up here. And now I need to add in 6 decimal places. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need to add in 1 0 and then my 0 there. So my answer is 0.065773. So when we multiply decimals, we determine how many decimal places, not points, how many decimal places are in our question, okay? and then we take them out, we remember the number, we do a normal multiplication with no decimal points in it, okay? And then once we get our answer, we put our decimal places back into the answer, okay? And that is multiplying decimals.